Hello, welcome to Community IT Voices. My name is Carolyn, and today I'm going to be interviewing Norwin, who is an IT business manager. So Norwin, would you like to introduce yourself and how long you've been at Community IT?
Yeah, thank you, Carolyn, for the opportunity. I'm Norwin Herrera, and I have been 2 years at Community IT.
And what is your job description? What do you do? What does an IT business manager do?
Yeah, IT business manager is a new term, information technology business manager, and I think it combines something like an IT manager with the IT director to manage basically to manage technology at our clients, I would call it. In what is this? I think it's a new term introduced in this world of managed service providers, and that's what I think it is.
So on a typical day, what sort of things do you do for the clients?
Yeah, my daily routine usually starts with checkup of all my clients' tickets, and basically I have a dashboard to see everything that is going on with my clients. Then, obviously, in this connected world, I read and reply emails. I'm very detail oriented about that. So I check every single email, and I don't like to have no read emails. So if I get 10 new emails, I have the temptation to go over every single one of them, and I classify them. So that's what I do. I don't keep it in my inbox. I just have an email, reply to it if I need to. And if I need to do something, I flag it and I keep it until it's done, and then I move it. So then I provide solution to my clients using all the resources that we have available. IT business manager is kind of very interesting position in the organization because you are like a magician. You have help from projects, you have help from help desk, you have help from engineers, pretty top engineers. You talk to sales, and then you have to coordinate with senior leadership. So basically you're playing with everybody every single day, and that's what is my day like. Every single day it's about talking, coordinating, and providing solutions to clients.
Do you have an IT background?
I do. I study computer engineering in school in El Salvador. Originally I am from El Salvador, and I studied that in my country. And basically I studied that since college. And I have been in technology for over like 24 years, basically, working as an employee. In technology per se, I have been like about 30 years.
But it sounds like the IT business manager role is slightly different from like a typical tech admin role. So can you talk a little bit more about that and the fact that it's a new position at Community IT, and I think new in the industry as well?
New in the industry, yes. Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Basically it's a combination, as I said before. It's a combination between an IT director and an IT manager, if you want to call it IT specialist. We do a little bit of everything in here. We do budget, we do project management, we do basically we do analysis. So we analyze how is your organization in this moment, what is the best way to go. So we are like giving you advice. We're like advisors to our clients. So it's a pretty interesting position. Never bored. So it's always a new challenge every single day. So for me, that's key. I can't as a person, I cannot be in a position where I'm going to be doing the same thing over and over. So even though it's technology, even though it's we provide advice, but it's never the same, because every single organization that we provide support is different.
So it's not you just kind of answered my question about what are the best things about your job. Did you apply for the role of IT business manager? And do you remember why you applied and what made you think that that was a good fit?
Yes, 10 years ago, about yeah, exactly 10 years ago, I was working at La Clínica del Pueblo. I mean, and La Clínica del Pueblo is one of the community IT clients. So I was the IT manager at La Clínica, and I was interacting with community IT 10 years ago. Then I quit La Clínica, and years after, 2 years ago, I saw a post in Idealist. I think I found it, and I saw, oh, community is looking for IT business manager, and I thought that I was exactly the person for that position, so I applied, and here I am. I knew about the yeah, community. One of the things that I like about community IT is their ethics at work and how they approach technology. So I will say that community IT is like the good side of the force. If you want to speak about that, it's like they are doing the best thing possible for the clients in this crazy world where you can find people that is not trying to give you the best advice, but just trying to get your money, get some piece of you. In this case, it's not like that.
So many employees say that joining community IT was a kind of serendipity moment. Many people changed careers. It sounds like you have had quite a career in IT that has supported you in being able to do what you do as the IT business manager. Do you have any advice for students on if they're planning to pursue a career in IT? What you would tell them to develop or do?
Yeah. Uh, when I read this, when I prepared for this question, I wrote down that I don't believe in miracles. So everything that I have done in the past prepare me to be here today. So here I am, and I am enjoying this phase of my life. And community is like a reward from me, okay, from life. So, and for the students, the only thing I can say is first, find something that brings your heart into it. Okay. So first you gotta make sure that you are enjoying every single day of what you do. In this case, it's technology. Okay. So technology is a very broad term, and you can be a graphic designer, you can be a web developer, you can be a developer itself, you can be a help desk support, you can be an engineer, you can be a network engineer, you can be an ITBM, you can be, you know, it's a broad thing in this environment. So you gotta find exactly what is your passion and stay there. Okay. Me personally, I never worked for money. I work for what I like, because otherwise I'm gonna be suffering every single day trying to accomplish a goal that is not, that in real life is nothing. It's money, it helps, but it's not the main thing that makes you happy every day. So find that, make what it makes you happy every day, and then go for it. The money will come, that will come, and then try to find a place that it makes you happy, basically.
That's a great segue into another question I have, which is that um, if you knew someone who was in a technology job or a nonprofit job that wasn't feeling supported or that was having some difficulty finding their passion or finding what made them happy, do you have some advice for them of where do you go for support or mentoring?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of tricky question, but since it's a tricky question, it's not simple answer, right? Uh, if you are in technology field and you're not feeling well, right? You're not feeling that you are advancing, or the company you're working on is not giving you the opportunity to grow. For example, that's what happens in sometimes in this field. Like you enter in help desk, and you stay forever in help desk. But community, I mean, not only community, there's some organizations that helps you grow. So you can be in help desk for 2 years, 3 years, get all the experience and knowledge, and then move on. Move on to the next level, move on to the next level. I mean, the minimum you can end up is being a CEO of a technology company, or you can be a manager in another company. So you will basically have all the experience that you're going to acquire, and then you're going to use it in one place. Uh, it's a life, maybe a life. How do you say, a life wisdom share that I have is, um, speak out. Say what you feel, say what you have in your head, in your heart. Don't keep it to yourself, and that will lead you to the way.
I love it. That's great. Great wisdom.
Thank you.
um, I know that in technology careers, there are lots of different certifications and degrees that you can get. And while we're talking about careers and advancing, do you have any advice on ways that you can build your career in technology?
I mean, university is one of them, right? University give you the basic in everything, but then you can choose. I mean, right now in this world is hundreds, thousands, millions of training courses online, and then that depends on how focused you are and what you want. So my advice is set the goals where you want to be and go for it. Okay, do not get frustrated in the way, because life is not in a straight line. Life is a curve. Sometimes it's you're going up, sometimes you're going down. It's the way life goes. So it's same thing in your career. I mean, you say you want to be a doctor, or you want to be a master in something. It's not like suddenly from today, the next day you're going to be a master, or just because you study a master degree, it makes you a master. That's not true. You get a degree, a master degree, but you're not a master. You just get the fundamentals to be a master. And then the same thing in technology. Think about what you want, set the goals, don't get frustrated in the way, and just keep moving, keep going. You only have one life. So just keep going. That's what I can say. I mean, the pandemic should have teach us something. So we need to learn that there is nothing more important than life. Okay, that's basic. So me, every day working at community IT is that. It's like, okay, let's open the computer, let's see what it got today, and let's see how we can help, because usually we ended up being helpers to people. We provide a service, and sometimes it's not a technologically solution, it's more like a moral support to our clients. Let me tell you something. This is a really funny story, right? A friend of mine said, you know what, I have a computer, because when you say you're an IT, everybody asks you, how can you fix my computer, right? I was going to say that at the end, but it's a good opportunity to say it now. So he said, my computer is not working, it's too slow, and then I keep clicking and clicking. I said, my friend, stop clicking, because every single click that you do is stored in the memory of the computer. So the more clicks you do, the more it's going to take the computer to react. So my basic um, uh, consejo to you is, when the computer is frozen, step out, go and get a coffee, talk to your colleagues around, and come back. The computer will be fine. I don't know if I'm crazy, but our equipment works different based on our energy. Okay, I might be crazy, but after 30 years working with computers, you can give me the same computer to me and the same computer to somebody else. The computer will work different. Why is that? Our energy. Our energy impacts the way this equipment works.
No, I totally believe that. And on our social media, we have a campaign to remind people to reboot on the first of every month. I mean, some people like to do it every night, but at least once a month, you should be turning everything all the way off and turn everything all the way back on. And it just makes a huge difference
Yeah.
in the energy, like you said, and
And
how
that's
you.
why we have the weekends.
That's why we have a
A,
weekend. That's right.
a weekend is a reboot of yourself. Reboot your spirit. Reboot your energy. Come back on Monday fresh to start
That's
working
right.
it again.
So I know that you are a Spanish speaker, and we've talked previously about having Spanish language materials for our clients and on our website. And I wondered if you could talk a little bit about that. And you said earlier that we are helping our clients. Do you find that speaking two languages fluently is helpful to you? Are there clients that it's easier for them to tell you what the problem is in Spanish?
Honestly, if I have a client that is a Spanish speaker, I try to approach them in Spanish. For some reason, learning a language is like learning a new word. I mean, the entire society works in this language, so we have to learn how to behave and how to engage with the community with the language. So if I found somebody that speaks Spanish, I try to address them in Spanish because I feel more comfortable. And for some reason, it does trigger something. It's, I don't know what it is, but it triggers something. It triggers like, I know this guy from forever, when it's not true. Just by speaking the language, it helps a lot. So and I feel very comfortable speaking in English with everybody, though. When I came here to United States, I didn't speak English, so I study, and I went to school, and I learned the way to communicate. So
No, I think that that's just if you think about a client who's having an incredibly stressful experience to begin with of something not working the way it's supposed to, and then you put an extra layer of trying to explain what that is in a different language, even one that that person may speak very well. There's so many technical terms, or just the way you would think about it, that's different. So being able to communicate, take that layer of stress off, and be able to communicate more clearly, I think is an advantage, especially if somebody is already under stress.
that is so true. And when I talk to my clients, I not only talk to about technology. I like to talk about food. I like to talk about the entire world. I like to talk about sports, because then we are becoming robots, and I'm not a robot. So I like to talk to my clients about different things. How are you feeling? I mean, my first question is, how are you feeling? I mean, are you doing okay? Everything is good. That's my first question. I never go straight forward to technology. My very first question is, how are you doing? And then after that, then let's see what's going on, and we see what we can fix for you. You know, so we don't have the magic tool to fix your problems, but we're gonna do our best to resolve it. There is always a way to find a solution. That's for sure.
When people ask you what you do, like you said earlier, when people find out you're in IT, they're always like, "Oh, my computer has a problem," or "My iPad isn't working quite right." When people ask you what community IT does, what do you tell them? What's your short speech of what community IT does?
Yeah, I tell them that community IT is it's called. I mean, I explained them the word managed service provider. It's kind of complicated for people to understand. But what I said is that we are a bunch of IT guys. Sometimes I say IT geeks because some people have been in this company for more than 20 years. So we're not talking about people who doesn't know what they're doing. Here at Community IT, you have, I will say, some of the top level people that knows technology. I'm not joking. I'm not bragging about it. It's because I know them and I know it is true. So I tell them there is a group of people, right, that knows a lot of technology and that we provide services to nonprofits. Okay. And in addition to that, I explained that we don't do coding, so we don't develop anything. We provide services like help desk. We do project. We implement projects. We migrate email accounts, files. And one of the top things that we do here is SharePoint is one of the biggest one. Autopilot that we recently, because of the pandemic, started doing in 2 years ago, and for me it's a complete success. And then we are enforcing security is one of our top layers here, so we are enforcing multi-factor authentication. So we know exactly where to go. We know how to advise your company where is the best way to have a solution to your problems. We do know, and we're not going to lie to you. And sometimes clients wants to hear what they wants to hear, but in reality, that is not the answer. So the answer is we know this is the way. If you want to stay in the way that you want to be, it's fine. We're always going to provide you support, but it will be easier if you do a little switch, a little tweak. And we as ITBMs, our main responsibility is to help you to have good finance in your IT resources, so you can operate better. Because sometimes people forget that they need to have a line in the budget for technology improvements. Okay, technology is not a luxury. Technology is an asset in your company.
Norwin, thank you so, so much for talking with me today. I really enjoyed our interview.
Thank you for giving me the chance and the opportunity. I hope people likes the way I explain things. You have different ways of doing and saying things.
Thank you.
You're welcome.